Hi guys, it's your girl Oria.
It's your boy Jeff.
And this is To Africa and Beyond.
So basically this is about tours, travel and culture.
If you're looking to tour in African countries, be it Zimbabwe, be it Kenya, be it South Africa, we got you covered. So from most luxurious hotels, we have favorable climates for travels, and we also have tour sites within African countries.
So let's get straight into the video.
So guys, today we're starting with Kenya, our motherland, and it's because Kenya is a beautiful country called 254, capital city being Nairobi, which we have different activities, different luxurious places. The tour sites are incredible within the country, and we have various sites that we could talk about. The favorable climate you'd like to feature in, maybe to travel across and everything. To kick it off with the tour sites, we have tour sites that have the big fives, and by that I'm talking about
the buffalo,
yes,
the rhino, the elephant, the leopard and
the lion,
the king of the jungle.
Yeah, so we have the big five that we're talking about. So we have some of the national parks that have all this, and some of them are Aberdeen National Park.
We have Amboseli.
We have Masai Mara National Park.
We have the Marsabit National Park. We have the Nairobi. Have you mentioned the Nairobi National Park?
Oh, it just slipped my mind. We have Buffalo Springs.
We have the Meru National Park, and then we have the
Olpedzeta Conservancy.
Yeah, we have the, what is that? The Lewa Wildlife Conservancy.
So those are just some of the few that have got the big five that anyone touring across could go see from the various parks.
And then something that stands out about the Amboseli National Park, it's
the land of giants.
Yeah, the land of giants, because of it has a lot of elephants that carry around that have those what are they called?
Massive husks.
The massive husks.
Yes.
Then from the view in that national park, you can actually be able to view the
Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, so it has a very nice and interesting environment to enjoy as a tourist.
Yeah, so we are literally blessed to view Tanzania from within Kenya, because Mount Kilimanjaro is from Tanzania. So that's a really great privilege, and it's a great view.
Some of the other national parks and reserve we have that not necessarily have the big five,
but they have other activities, we have cycling, we have hiking, the classic safaris.
We have the
flamingos.
No, the other thing,
birding hotspots.
Birding hotspot.
Oh, yes.
So we have, for instance, the Kakamega Forest National Reserve. Here you can go for hiking. There is
birding hotspots.
Birding hotspot.
Yeah,
you can enjoy that from Kakamega Forest National Reserve.
There are monkey species.
Yes. Then we have the Saiwa Swamp. We talked about the Saiwa Swamp.
Exactly.
It
also has the birding hotspots. That's an outstanding feature. Hell's Gate National Reserve. It's in Naivasha. That I've gone there. So that place, there is a lot of.
You don't have to tap me.
You could do cycling. You could do some walking. You could do zip lining, and so it's really a great adventure for tourists, both local and international. Exactly. Then we have the Lake Nakuru National Park. If you want to view the black and white rhino, this is a very awesome place to be, because it has those species of rhino. Then the other thing we're leaving out, we've covered quite a lot.
So what about the climate? When is the right time to come and visit a majority of these national and game reserves?
Well, it majorly depends, but for our local people, I'd say we majorly know how the weather and the climate is. But just for clarity, we have the dry season and the wet seasons. So for
which is basically winter and summer.
Exactly. So majorly we mostly walk around during the dry season. So we have June, we have July, we have August, we have September, we have October. Those are the dry seasons that are most favorable for any tourists, locally and internationally, to visit the various tourist sites and the parks.
Then we have the wet season, which is during the months of November, December, January, and partly February. we have March, April, and May.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to come and spend time in Kenya, tour around during the wet season, those are the months to come in.
So when we're talking about the dry season, we're talking around 23 degrees Celsius. Then we have the wet season, that is about 24 degrees Celsius. So as long as you have the information about the dry season, the wet season, it's now upon yourself to decide when to come.
Some of the luxurious hotels within the counties in Kenya that you can actually spend your night and spend your vacation, while some of them are.
So for these hotels that we featured majorly hotels, big 5-star hotels or big hotels within the whole country. That is within different countries.
Yeah, but that does not mean that if you are a local tourist or if you are a tourist as a whole, you can't get like 2-star or 1-star or
those are also available. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
They are very much available and very much affordable, and that is not to mean that also the 5-star are very expensive or have some value attached to them in terms of class. No, but anybody can actually spend their night or their vacation in these hotels.
Everyone wants to spend their vacation, their holidays in class. So these are some of the hotels that we narrowed down for you guys to consider in case you come to Kenya. In Nairobi as a county, we have
the Villa Rosa
Kempinski,
the Serena Hotel.
Yeah, we have 4 Points by Sheraton, Nairobi Airport.
We have the Intercontinental.
Yeah, we have you mentioned Sarova Stanley?
Yeah, I think I mentioned Sarova.
Yes, we have
hotels.
Exactly. We have Crown Plaza. That's also a hotel.
We also have Radisson Blu.
Yes, we also have Sankara Hotel. So those are some of the hotels that we considered.
And one amazing thing about these hotels is that they are located just within the Nairobi CBD. At most, maybe you could find 1 or 2 of them are located like
outside
few
Nairobi.
Kilometers from Nairobi,
but
in very secure places, very amazing surrounding that you'll actually be able to enjoy as a tourist.
Oh yes. Yeah. So that covers Nairobi as a few of the hotels that we considered. For those that are trying to live large or anything, those are some of the big hotels that are comfortable for you and your family and your group and everyone you got across.
So
we have Kisumu. Yes.
How do you go to Kisumu before you go to Mombasa?
Oh yes.
Yeah, you know Mombasa
001.
Is actually the best place to be.
Yeah.
That's according to me. That's the best place to be as a tourist because it has
the beaches.
The beaches.
The beaches are perfect.
The
for
coastline.
Very coastal region. The coastal region is majorly the best startup. You know, you have choices. In Kenya, we have choices. If you're not into parks or you're not into national reserves, we have another view of the beaches. You could go by the beaches, have a good sunshine, have a good whatever you want to have. It will be conducive for you because we have a variety.
And you were there recently, so I'm going to let you handle that.
So in Mombasa we have various hotels just like Nairobi. We have Sarova White Sands Beach. We have Serena Beach Resort and Spa. So that is also a zone for it and everything. We also have Mombasa Continental Resort. So so if you're going for a 5-star, that's a good start. If you're going for a 3-star, that's still there. We have Reef Hotel. That's a good one for a start. We have Nyalisan African Beach. We have Marigold.
Like Mexican marigold, the weed.
I think we'll have to consult the owners of the hotel on how they invented the name marigold.
Maybe they borrowed it from the weed.
Probably.
And not the weed,
the substance itself.
The substance, the weed that, you know what I mean, right?
I'm not sure I do, but let me just follow it up. Anyway,
that's that.
Yes.
So what about you were there recently, like I said earlier.
Yes.
How did you find the meal?
The meal was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, in Kenya I hardly have we have different drinks, especially the blended juices and everything, but there's this special one called tamarind juice. That's a tamarind. It's tamarind. Yes, it's a mixture of
African
mkwaju. If you know mkwaju.
Mkwaju.
In Swahili we call it mkwaju. That is the best juice anyone could ask for.
Bitter thing.
No, it's made so perfect that it has different tastes. You won't even notice that it's Okay, there's no sourness to it. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
It's not sour at all.
Mkwaju.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And then now there's this original food or meal called shawarma. Shawarma. Now leave alone this Nairobi shawarmas.
Shawarma or shawarma?
It's shawarma. Aren't I saying shawarma?
Shawarma.
Yeah, that.
Not shawarma.
But I'm saying shawarma.
No,
shawarma.
You're not a native English.
Please.
Whatever.
We
You're
try.
not a mzungu.
Please, we try. So we have shawarma in Kenya. Okay, in Kenya, in Nairobi, there's shawarma. But majorly, when you get to have the real taste, the origin, where it originated from, that's an amazing dish.
That was quite an experience you had.
Of course.
Yeah.
The best ever.
I'm hoping I'll also go to Mombasa very soon and have the same.
Yeah, and word of advice, anytime you're going to Mombasa, especially for the dry seasons, make sure you have on light clothing.
Yeah.
The weather is quite hot. Yes, it's
You'll be
humid.
Sweating and all
it's
that.
extremely humid.
Yeah. Again,
Exactly.
you mentioned Kisumu earlier.
Yes.
Your mother county.
Kisumu City.
Yeah,
But
I can't talk about Kisumu when you are here. So.
Oh, but I just have to mention a few of Kisumu stances. So Kisumu, as we know, is
it's like a country on its own.
Please.
It's a Luopin.
No. Let me just focus on the part that there are various beautiful hotels. So if you're going to Kisumu, we have Kisumu Hotel, we have Acacia Premier Hotel, we have Royal Swiss Hotel, we have Sovereign Hotel, we have we got Gardens, we have the Riverside Hotel, the Palmas Hotel, Imperial Hotel. So it's a lot of hotels over there.
Yeah. Have you ever swum in Lake Victoria?
No, I can't dare do that. We have crocodiles there that are alive. Yes.
Oh, I remembered one thing we forgot to mention about the Masai Mara National Reserve.
Yeah.
The Masai Mara has the wildebeest migration.
Yes.
Yeah, the famous wildebeest migration. So if you are in Kenya and it's during that season, you can actually visit Masai Mara. It's very, very nice to watch them.
Yes, so next we have Nakuru County and its various hotels.
In Nakuru, especially in Naivasha, Nakuru is, I'll say, it doesn't have a lot of hotels for tourists because most of the tourist destinations within Nakuru County are actually within Naivasha. So Naivasha houses most of the famous hotels that tourists and both local and international, of course, can reside in. So we have the Peppercorn Holiday Resort in Naivasha. Most of them are actually in Naivasha, apart from Sarova, that is in Nakuru. Yeah, so we have Peppercorn in Naivasha Holiday Resort. We have Mwanzo Lodge. We have Hippo Safari Resort in Naivasha as well. We have Chambai what? Hotel. Yeah, in Naivasha as well. We have is it Bush Resort?
Yes.
Yeah, in Naivasha. So we have also the Lake Naivasha Resort. So we have quite many hotels in Naivasha that are very luxurious and very suitable for both local and international tourists. And one of them I actually forgot to mention. I don't want to say I've been there before.
You already said it.
Serena.
Okay.
We have the Serena Hotel. It's actually a nice place. You have the amazing view of Lake Naivasha.
Wow.
Which is a home of flamingos. There are very many there. So you just go there to unwind. It has a very serene environment. Very cool, very nice.
That's
no
why
one bothers you.
Usa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usa.
Yeah.
What is Usa?
You don't know this stuff's to do with yoga.
Oh, yoga.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
So anytime
never
you're trying
done
to
yoga,
calm
so-
down and you're trying to relax, you're like Usa.
Usa.
Yeah.
So you'll be like Usa. Okay. So, what about the Kenyan culture? Basically, what can you say about the Kenyan culture?
We have the Kenyan culture, yes. And majorly the ones the dominant, the most dominant one is Maasai's.
Yeah,
because of their
Maasais are
artifacts.
very, very dominant.
So majorly for the culture part, we have the Maasais to thank for that. We also have our staple food in terms of culture, and that is ugali. I had some tourists call them ugalai.
Yeah, ugalai. In Nigeria, it's called fufu.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice one.
You know that thing in Nigeria they eat like.
And roll
They use,
it like.
you use like 2 fingers.
What?
You know, ugali you do like this and then you.
Oh yeah.
And then
That's
you
our.
do.
Whether that's our culture, guys.
Yeah, but in Nigeria, there is a resemblance of that. They call it fufu. I think it's prepared. I'm not sure it's prepared with cassava or something.
Oh.
Then it's not like thick like ugali. You know, ugali is kind of heavy.
It's light. It's kind of light. They're
Not-
fufu.
not- yeah. Their fufu is kind of light and slimy.
Oh.
So you can.
Have you meal in your? I saw it in the Afro cinemas. They were just rolling it like.
Have you
Anytime
not
you're
tasted
eating.
fufu?
No, I've never. I've never been
Would
to
you wish to?
Nigeria. But I would love to, of course.
If you are an African, you can actually eat African food regardless of the country.
Yes.
Yeah. So anytime you're in Nigeria, make sure you taste fufu.
I'll sure do. In terms of our national languages, English, of course, it's there. Then we
That
have
stands out.
Swahili.
And Swahili, which we are proud of.
Yeah.
Do you think Sheng should be included as one of them? You know?
I don't think it should,
Why?
because majorly it's for the youth. That's how they communicate. When you are coming up with the language that you don't want the parents to understand or something, let's just say it's like a code. If you talk, you identify each other, and you have your private conversation that is not understandable to your parents,
I think it's
to
a
your
cool
peers.
thing. I think it's a cool thing. So, is that all about
Yeah, that
this
was
video?
all for today, guys.
I think we should talk about Congo next. Congo has really nice.
Let's just say every country will be covered as long as it's in Africa. So that's it for today. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on the next country you'd like us to feature, and anything we've left out in Kenya that you feel is relevant.
Yeah. Toodles.
Ciao.
What is ciao?
Nowhere